If you are watching this while feeling tired but also feeling guilty for being tired, I want you to know something. That guilt, it didn't come from inside you. It was planted. Somewhere along the way, we were taught this silent rule. If you are not constantly busy, you are falling behind. If you rest, someone else is working harder than you. And if you are exhausted, that just means you are doing it right. Students, professionals, creators, founders, everyone feels it. Everyone's tired. But nobody wants to admit it. Because in today's world, burnout is worn like a badge of honor. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Hustle culture didn't make you successful. It made you anxious, tired, and scared of slowing down. And as a doctor who has worked 24-hour shifts, I can tell you something honestly. I used to believe this too. During my medical training, I was proud of sleepless nights. I thought fatigue was a badge of honor. I thought the more broken I felt, the more serious I was. But experience and science completely changed my mind. And today, we are going to talk about why. Scientifically, hustle culture didn't appear out of nowhere. It grew slowly. At first, ambition was healthy. Work hard, improve your life, build something meaningful. Ambition is not the problem. Hustle culture is. Ambition says, I want to build something meaningful. Hustle culture says, destroy yourself to prove you are worthy. As a medical trainee, I saw this culture everywhere. Residents bragging about sleepless nights, senior doctors saying, we survived it, so you should too. And social media made it worse. Suddenly, working hard wasn't enough. You had to look busy, look obsessed, look exhausted, because exhaustion became proof. Proof that you cared, proof that you were serious, proof that you deserved success. The algorithm rewards extremes. Nobody goes viral for I worked a reasonable amount today and slept well. They go viral for I slept 3 hours, I worked 18 hours a day, I sacrificed everything. And slowly, without realizing it, we internalize this message. If I am not suffering, I am not progressing. That belief sounds motivating, but biologically, it's disastrous. On 24-hour shifts, my seniors didn't just say work harder. They said something more important. When you get time, eat. When you get time, sleep. Not later, not when you feel ready, not after proving something. Right now. That lesson stayed with me forever. So what burnout actually is? Burnout is not laziness. It's not weakness or lack of discipline. Burnout is a stress-induced neurological shutdown. When you are under constant pressure, deadlines, exams, money stress, corporate targets, performance anxiety, your brain activates survival mode. Neuroscientist Bruce McKeown showed that chronic stress literally changes brain function. In survival mode, cortisol stays elevated. The nervous system never relaxes. Your prefrontal cortex, which is also your decision center, weakens. Dopamine regulation gets disrupted. The brain prioritizes threat management over thinking. Your emotional control becomes unstable. Your memory gets worse and motivation drops. This is why burnout feels like brain fog, low motivation, emotional numbness, forgetfulness, feeling tired even after sleeping. Your brain isn't failing, it's protecting you. Think of burnout like this. If you touched a hot stove repeatedly, eventually your nervous system would force you to pull away. Burnout is your brain doing the same thing, but with work. And here's the most dangerous advice hustle culture gives: just push through it. That advice works for muscles, it doesn't work for nervous systems. When you push through chronic stress, your focus declines, your error rate increases, your creativity collapses, and your emotional regulation breaks down. That's why you stare at your screen doing nothing, procrastinate while feeling guilty, feel overwhelmed by simple tasks, and need cups of coffees just to feel normal. You are not unmotivated, you are overstimulated. Productivity doesn't die because you are lazy, it dies because your brain is tired of being threatened. So, let's dismantle a few myths we grew up believing. More hours doesn't mean more output. After a certain point, productivity drops sharply. Economist John Pencavel showed that after a certain point, productivity sharply declines with longer hours. Longer hours lead to slower thinking, poor decisions, lower quality work. This is why working 12 hours often produces less than 6 focused ones. Discipline doesn't mean ignoring fatigue. Real discipline isn't ignoring limits. Real discipline is respecting recovery. Athletes don't train hard every day. They alternate stress and rest. Your brain works the same way. Successful people don't grind non-stop. They manage their energy, focus, recovery, and systems. What you see online is the highlight reel, which brings us to a huge illusion. We only hear from people who made it. We don't hear from those who burned out at 25, those who destroyed their health, who followed the same routine and failed, or those who quit silently. This is called survivorship bias, popularized by thinkers like Nassim Taleb. We copy extreme routines without seeing the graveyard of people it didn't work for. And when it fails us, we assume we are the problem. That's not motivation, that's misinformation. We normalize suffering instead of questioning the system. Here's what hustle culture never told you. Your brain grows during rest, not effort. During rest, your memory is consolidated, creativity increases, emotional balance returns, problem solving improves. Some of your best ideas won't come while grinding. They will come in the shower or on a walk while lying down doing nothing. During my medical training, I learned this practically. After a brutal shift, if I slept properly and ate well, the next day I was sharper, calmer, and more effective. If I skipped rest, everything fell apart. Rest isn't wasted time, it's neural maintenance. So, here's my simple philosophy. Work with intensity but recover with intention. My rules are: when you get time, eat; when you get time, sleep. After a long work day, take real rest, no guilt. Success is not about who suffers more, it's about who lasts longer. Consistency beats burnout. The real flex isn't I am exhausted or I have not slept in 3 days. The real flex is I am consistent, healthy, and still growing, and I am doing meaningful work without destroying myself. Hustle culture lied to you, and now you know the truth. You don't need to destroy yourself to succeed. You need to sustain yourself. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who is tired but afraid to rest. And remember, you are not weak for needing rest. You are human. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Take care.